they off in mind.
Mayegun don come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh.
Mayegun don come,
My people make you shout.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo dodododo.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo dodododo.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you so much for joining us again in the Temple of Truth, TOT. Dear Templars, please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them, Mayegun to today.
Làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé.
4 days.
Mayegun ti dé.
4 days.
Mayegun ti dé.
Fulani terrorists killed
Mayegun ti dé.
3 Obas in Yoruba land. Where is the rage?
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
When you see the Agbado Mighty, the Agbadoriansi, when you see the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, I bet you
Tó bá wí sí o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
thank you so much. Share this broadcast.
Mayegun ti
We
dé.
are starting in a second.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. And thanks so much if you have actually shared this broadcast. Okay? Because I think this is one of the broadcasts that you do not want others to miss as well. Mayegun's Diary Politico is a diary of the political happenings in Nigeria every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 or 360 and 366 days in a year. If there is something you are looking for that happened that you can't even remember when, and who were those who were part of that, Just come on to Mayegun's diary political and put in the dates. You will find me speaking on something so similar. Because Nigerians are suffering from what is called Stockholm Syndrome. A syndrome that no matter how hard, how difficult, and how dangerous any criminal government in Nigeria make them, they forget so easily. Because it is like, repeat and repeat and repeat again. And we all know that doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different result, has been generally confirmed as a symptom of insanity, weary. And that is why Mayegun's diary political is not to make you feel good. It is to make you aware. And at the same time, guide you to meet the people of like minds, the people that can no longer be swayed, manipulated by all of the nonsense that they have kept Nigerians with for decades, like ethnicity, tribalism, religiosity, and fanaticism, and every other thing they've pushed to you over the years. There are people on Mayegun's diary political that those things don't work on anymore because they are now more aware. So yes, if you have been somebody on research about Nigeria and happenings there politically and how they affected people at different time and era, especially in the last 10 years, this is your plug, the Temple of Truth. It is not to make you feel good. It is to make you aware. And when you are aware of the danger around you, no amount of propaganda, manipulation, brainwashing, and other fear-mongering will really work on you. And they will easily tag you a rebel or unpatriotic. Because in Nigeria, they have the successive criminals. They have made Nigerians understand that they are captured people, defeated people. And if you therefore try to begin to act out of the order that they've placed, then you are a rebel. They will start with turning the same victims of their failure against you. So this is it. When you are aware, you are never going to be comfortable with what they are offering you. You will likely want something better. And this is your plug. Mayegun's diary political, the Temple of Truth. And just before we delve into all of this tonight, because I may forget, I'm so terrible, like with that. However, I want to say a big thank you to all of you, the Templars, my own Afeniferes, the disciples of the message, the disciples of truth. We were talking about moving this Mayegun's diary political to still kind of a temporary site. And today we call that place our new studio, the new office in Glasgow. So yesterday, the door was opened and we have started, sort of, the setup and all of that. A lot of you probably have seen the pictures on Facebook. Others saw it yesterday when it was a little bit scanty. I have ordered so many things. And for those who understand what a studio is like, you can imagine the amount of resources that is going into all of this. But it would have been tougher if I didn't have all of you here with me that always want to come through, right? No matter what it takes. So in the last 2 weeks, your support has managed to help me even go further than what I will call my own savings. And I'm so grateful to all of you for that. Every one of you, including those who actually just shared the link. Okay? So yes, there are still many other things coming in. There are still so many other setups that still need to take place before we finally move to the permanent site. You will love it, and you will love to visit. And I will actually love to see a lot of you on visits. So we are starting tonight with the tragedy that happened in a place that, despite the fact that this has happened for the past 24 hours, the town, the community affected where their king was killed is sort of, is one of the ungoverned areas situated in Yoruba land. How? Well, those who were drawing the map or drawing the map for your state, the people that created all the states, Nigerians didn't create any states. It is the Fulanis and their friends. In case, if you don't know, there are some states created in Nigeria as a gift. I want to give my wife a birthday gift. What can I do for her to make her feel special? Darling, can you just create a state for me? Okay. Yeah, okay. Go and bring pen and paper. Oh yeah, look at that map. Now start drawing where you want your state to be. And we will call that state Delta State. I'm sorry that some of you from Delta State may feel offended. Don't ever feel offended though. Any state, all the 36 states you have in Nigeria, they were created by the Fulanis and their friends. Remember that. And they were strategically created, not for you, not for anybody. That is why you will see a state here. And they will say this ethnic nationality, they are minority here. Because the map of the states and their land has cut them off into this state, while their own brothers and sisters from the same ethnic nationalities, they are cut into another state. Now, in that place, that's how they drew the state of Nigeria. That is the state you have in Nigeria. Go and read the history. There was never anywhere referendum was conducted and people sat together to say, we, all of us here want to come together and be a state. No. Immediately after the Civil War of 1967 to 1970, in their own effort to make sure that there will be no more civil war or anybody try to break away from Nigeria again in the future. Remember, Nigeria was strategically regionalized, where people with common interests came together, okay? And they were called regions. There was no one left outside everyone's region at the time. But immediately after the genocidal war that they call Civil War, Biafra War, right? They said, how do we stop anyone in this part of Nigeria thinking of breaking away? Let's create states. So they started with 12. And they had the Igbos in mind. The Igbos were the ones who just fought them for 3 years. Stand still. Now, the Igbos must never have that power to wage any other civil war again. Or any attempt to say they want to leave Nigeria. So, I'm sorry, I wouldn't say the Igbos wage civil war. Words are very powerful. And a lot of people can read so many meaning to it. So, let me rephrase. Okay? The Gowon initiated genocidal war that they called Biafra War. Immediately after that, their intention is to make sure that no part of Nigeria will have any courage to say they want to leave again. Because if you say you are leaving, some of your people are already trapped in other places. They are likely going to go against you. They are likely going to even deny you because they don't want to be called and they don't want to be affected if it leads to war. So this was the reason why they started creating states in Nigeria. I am from Ogun State. Leave our state. You have no state. Nobody has any state anywhere in Nigeria. You didn't create any of them. And that is why you will see the people who are Ijebus. They are part of Lagos. But Ijebus are not the owners of Lagos, Abi. But Ijebus are the owners, partly owners of Lagos. If you now go to Ogun State, you will see those who are like Ijos, like Ilajes and all of them. When you begin to advance to the border with Ondo State, When you now enter Ondo State, a Yoruba, supposed Yoruba state, you will see just there. Who are like it because their own border as well. You know what I mean? That's how they created all the states. In case if you don't know, a lot of you think you are fighting for anything. You are fighting for nothing. So the effort to make sure that nobody, until they got to 36. Now, creating 36 states. Inside that creation, those who drew the map, there is a place called Until They Killed Their King. Listen to me. Until they killed their king. A lot of you probably never heard of Koro Ekiti. I'm talking to you as Yorubas now. If you are from here, a geography student, be a true Yoruba. If I ask you, where is Koro Ekiti? Abi Koro Ekiti. Abi Koro Ekiti. Sorry that sounds different, right? It's Yoruba, so I'm not sure which one. Until they killed their king, I never heard about this community. Now that I heard about this community, they said it's a community in Kwara State. That is what their media said. Up till this moment, Kwara State government has not probably decided to wage in. Listen to this, this contraption that a lot of you don't understand, though. This Nigeria that they are telling you that you have to defend. They are only keeping Nigeria. Nigeria is existing today because there are millions of innocent blood like yours and mine that will be spilled just to keep it this dysfunctional Nigeria. So Koro Ekiti is a very large community. It's not a village. It's a town. But you know something? It's a town that when they were drawing the map of Nigeria, part of their land is in Kwara State. Part of their land is in Kogi State. Part of their land is in Ekiti State. So, for years since they have been creating states in Nigeria, the people of Koro Ekiti, they have been completely cut off Nigeria system up to this moment. Everything you found there, they are from their own people who left Koro Ekiti for somewhere else, make some money, came back to build the community. Police, Nigerian police, they have no contact there. Nigeria military, they don't go there. The Kwara state government, nothing there. Ekiti state government, nothing there. Kogi state government, nothing there. Their king was invaded in his palace. And that would be Oba Aremu Olusegun Cole. He was invaded. They have been on some of their own sons and daughters who went back to the community. They have built ranches. They were rearing and, breeding their own cows. You know why all of us have not heard about them? Despite all they have been through. A lot of you have been hearing about cattle rustling. I have spoken about that too. Okay? The real Fulani herdsmen, not the AK-47 terrorist that has no cows or nothing. The real Fulanis from the beginning with their cows, they have always been under the attacks of armed criminals, and the language, the Oyinbo for it is rustling. They will kill the others. They will steal their cows. So when this whole crisis of Fulani terrorism started, this was how it all started. But you see the Yorubas in Koro Ekiti, they have been suffering from cattle rustling, not because they were moving their cows everywhere like the Fulanis. These guys have farms. They have farms where they are growing food. They have farms where they have partitioned for ranching. There is a young man that has been crying on Twitter for the past 8 months. A lot of people are just seeing a lot that this young man has been saying. He's been attacked. He's been butchered in a way that he has so much mark. He's lost over 80 cows from his own ranch. Guess those who were stealing his cows? Fulani terrorists. Now, we have no idea how exposed the people living in places in Nigeria of today, places called ungoverned area. These are places where thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people are already trapped under the rulership of a Fulani terrorist. Oba Remu Olusegun Cole, the man on your screen, is the third Kabiesi to be killed by the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land in 4 days. Before him, on Monday this week, that's like 5 days ago, the same Fulani terrorists, they opened fire on these two kings in Ekiti. They were coming back from security meeting of royal fathers at the state capital. Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti, Oba Olatunde Olushola, Elesun of Esun Ekiti, Oba David Ogunshola. These two were murdered this week by Fulani terrorists in Ekiti. After that same day that they killed two kings, they kidnapped 6 boys, school children, with their school teachers, 3 of them, and the driver driving the vehicle they were traveling in. Yes. And 2-3 days after that, these terrorists make their demand 100 million naira, or they should forget about the 10 people kidnapped in Ekiti, including those 6 children. And I was reading it yesterday that the families of those kidnapped said they have only managed to raise 450,000 naira from the 100 million naira ransom. So definitely, if the ransom is not paid and they are not rescued, they will be killed in Yoruba land. Now, to the Koro Ekiti king, when they invaded his palace, he resisted the forceful kidnapping. And while struggling with them, they killed him inside his palace, then took his wife, and yet to be accounted for number of people from his palace. Who should we call to help? Ekiti government, Kogi government, Abi Kwara government, Abi Tifnumbu in Abuja. Who should we call? Somebody said, what is happening to the Yoruba Obas? Are there some, behind the scene coordinated assassination and killings, humiliation of Yoruba Obas, which symbolically, that simply means when your king is killed, those who killed your king have called for war. If you keep quiet, it simply means you have accepted and you have been conquered. So who else is going to be safe among you? Oh, these are just small time Obas, second class Obas. Really? K1.
àwọn èèyàn bàjẹ́ àrísẹ́ni di ìmọ̀ àdàrú ẹ̀wá bìfọ̀ yín pamọ́ sí. ẹ̀wá bìfọ̀ yín pamọ́ sí. Akọ́bí báwọn aráàlú sọ ẹ̀ má kọ̀ sí ikú. ẹ̀ má kọ̀ sí ikú. Aláàánú ni Àkànbí aṣíwájú. Àkànbí aṣíwájú. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà à ń bínú. À ń bínú. Gbogbo ará Nàìjíríà à ń bínú. À ń bínú. Àwọn oníṣòwò ńlá yìí wọ́n ń bínú. Wọ́n ń bínú. Ẹ̀wọ̀n tọwọ́ dàgbà dàmọ́ wà lọ́wọ́. Dàmọ́ wà lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ wọn jí ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ojúṣe wa jẹ́. Ojúṣe wa jẹ́. Àkànbí Adébí ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Mo wá ń bá àlù ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fàkànbí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fàkànbí. Mo ń bá àlù ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fàkànbí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fàkànbí. Gbogbo ń bá wa nílẹ̀ yìí làkànbí mi máa tún ṣe.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
I just thought I should share that with you. He's a pretender, okay? But there's something everybody should know, okay? Pastor Ruga, tell them.
He don't cast, last, everybody go chop breakfast. He don't cast, last, everybody go chop breakfast.
Now everybody go chop the breakfast. Yeah.
Oh, gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billahi.
And to some of those who have not been kidnapped yet, we are coming back. I mean, we are coming to you. But as it is, remember this too. So, for those who probably think, telling you that, you see the contraption already, that is already falling. Somebody said, Nigerians should stop singing, "We have seen, downfall of Naira. Glory be to God. Amen." When your currency is destroyed because of the homegrown, industrialized terrorism, there will be no real development except in a voodoo economy. Now, it is so dangerous that those of you who have not really been kidnapped, like I said, I'm coming to you. I know, I don't know how many people who are really singing that. But when they say Naira is falling, by the time the Naira finally hits the bottom, the rock bottom, a lot of you will kind of willingly, agreeably say, "Make we break up Nigeria." But like I said, I'm coming back to you. Let's still talk about this. Yoruba Obas. Makon lo yinkan. For those of you, we all know that the way Nigeria, somebody is saying that Ayinde himself understands this. He will probably get enough security around himself like he's never done before in his life. Sure, you get see. So, or else, he's not bigger than anybody they can kidnap. At least they kidnap all these guys who were singing for APC in Abuja. Remember them? That whole band they kidnapped. Now 95 million they collected. But you see, all people like Ayinde, they are like big fish. So it will take a lot to get them kidnapped, to be able to kidnap them. But they will continue to kidnap people around them. There are people like him too, will not be able to live in denial. A lot of them too, they are going to pay ransoms for people they love. And that is when it's going to hit home. But like I said, Yoruba Obas, we all know, in fairness, we know that the contraption called Nigeria has clipped your wings based on their fraudulent constitution. We know that. But traditionally, We have watched a lot of you thrown our tradition, our culture, and everything that we hold dear. You have thrown them to the dogs. We are watching you as you are desecrating the stool even further. A lot of you, if they cut out all the free money, this token, and the beggy contract that connects a lot of you with all these politicians, you were supposed to be wealthy within your space, where your subjects, your citizens, are bringing you the real support, and you are giving them the real backing as royal fathers against any sort of systemic profiling on attack. But instead of you to represent our culture, to represent our tradition, I even saw majority of them now turning to born again. Pastors becoming kings in Yoruba land, throwing away all some of the real things that makes them kings and all the other nonsense that they are currently doing. And some people are kind of blending into that, right? We are seeing all of that. But there are more that a lot of you have been engaging in as well. Apart from the fact that you have sold your birthright. Somebody said majority of them are political Obas. Of course I know. I'm talking about the desecration of the entire tradition and all that by many, many of them. That has now brought so much ridicule, shame, embarrassment, and degradation to us as Yorubas, as it shouldn't be. We have seen Yoruba Obas turning to Omoniles. We have seen Yoruba Obas inviting armed criminals into their different communities to attack their own citizens, supposed subjects, all because of land. We have seen Yoruba Obas who have been in their own domains. They have been inviting secretly, signing and agreeing to illegal miners and illegal miners, creating the real tension and total environmental destruction upon their people. We have seen many Yoruba Obas in different communities engaged in all these criminalities. Take a look at this one. This one is Onido of Ido in Ibadan or your state. This is supposed to be a king. Okay, he is supposed to be a king, representing and protecting the Yoruba culture and tradition, the real Omoluabi, somebody who is wearing a crown. But he has been accused. He's been suspended already as a king. And now he has been accused of bringing in illegal miners into his community in Oyo State, which has created so much tension, criminalities, and all of that upon his people. And there are many, many like that in Yoruba land. So I am saying this to you, not because I expect any change. I am just reminding you that a lot of you, the Alales, have left you. The crowns that you are wearing, they are just for decoration. A lot of your people have been misled and deceived, believing that you are still keeping their culture. Meanwhile, you have brought ridicule. You have brought destruction. You have brought criminality. You have brought retrogression. You have brought death to our people. You may know yourself. And all of you engaging in all of this, I just want you to know, we are all going to eat the breakfast of what you are getting involved in. However, you see, when this whole shit is going to be cleaned and cleared, as we are going to be clearing and cleaning this task or so, you will be cleaned too. We will tell our children, the Yoruba Obas that have already gbabode, Yoruba Obas that have already compromised, wearing beaded crowns, but he's everywhere like a beggar, all for what he can get. It doesn't matter who is to die. We know you, you know yourselves. We will tell our children that. We will. And as for the Koro Ekiti people, please accept my condolences. And everyone from Koro Ekiti who is watching me right now, probably I have brought something to your subconscious, I mean, to your consciousness now. Listen, I always thought we are from Kwara. Oh no, I thought we are Kogi. Oh, I thought we are part of Ekiti. Now you know why. No government has ever cared, or probably cared if you exist, when they were drawing the map of Nigeria. Like many others like that, when you begin to investigate that fraud, you will realize that even though you are voting, I bet they know they bring election material. That they bring election material now. Where do you vote? Kwara. Aha. Where? Ekiti. Kogi. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So let that come to, keep that in mind. There is something about this picture. Okay? It's about monkeys that forcefully hijack a car. But here they are. They cannot drive it. The criminals that rigged the election and forced themselves on the rest of Nigeria, the strategists and the rest of those, a lot of you still think they have an idea what they are doing. This picture is not about monkeys. This picture is about APC, Egbekegbe. It is about the Abobakus. It is about Agbadorians, Bati Dioti, and the Bat Stars. That picture represents everything you think you might have or you believe in APC. Egbekegbe. Now, I have seen some of them saying, in fact, I actually read this somewhere, that Peter Obi is in Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast right now. There's a joke, I'm sorry that I do deviate, because I'm a storyteller. Here you get. And sometimes it might come out funny, but it's not intended. It is just to get my, it's just to, push my point home. Here you understand now. So, a little digression, ladies and gentlemen. So, I read it somewhere where somebody said that Peter Obi is in Côte d'Ivoire. And that now takes me to another digression again. It's a joke. They said because Nigerians cannot spell Côte d'Ivoire, the Nigerians will prefer to just write Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the English name for Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire. So Nigerians, that's too much trouble. That's French. So Nigerians would rather write or type Ivory Coast. So Peter Obi is in Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire, where they are currently having their, the African Cup of Nations. So he was spotted where Angola and Nigeria were playing quarterfinals. Then somebody now said in Nigeria, one weary said, why is Peter Obi in Ivory Coast? When he is supposed to be in Nigeria, when Nigeria is in crisis, instead of him to be in Nigeria, finding solution to the problem of Nigeria, Naira is crashing, everything is going bad, and Peter Obi is in Ivory Coast. I was like, where is Kolu? Where is Tifnumbu in the last 1 week? Where? Exactly, he's in France. Here you get. So like I said, it is pretty much like the monkeys that hijacked a car and have no idea. Okay? So, you defended the drug dealer. You prayed that his trick would work. He will be able to rig himself into power, and you can be able to tell others that they will cry for 8 years. Now, the druggie has abandoned you. But he told you that he's working for you, he's doing everything to help you. And you believe that. Now you want somebody where you feel you rejected to now come and do the job that you gave to druggie, the certificate forger, call you. No be madness, be that. Help me, help me, help me. Is that not madness? For somebody to ask for Kolu and told others that they will cry for 8 years because Kolu will spend 8 years. 8 months into Kolu's maladministration and the shege maintain. The same wearies are now asking, why is Peter Obi not resolving? Why is Atiku not solving the problem of Nigeria? Help me, help me, help me.
I will not allow you to. Help me, 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 help me. If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me, help me.
That's how my brain is sounding like, help me, help me, help me, when I saw that message. Anyway, Kolu is in France. Willing the what's that oil block called again? OPL 245, the richest and the deepest crude deposit, the richest and the deepest oil block in Nigeria. Tifnumbu has willed it to himself. Is in France. You in Nigeria, they are telling you that to save the naira, they suspect that all of you, no, hang on, to save the naira, they were going to give you Cardi B. Cardi B, a Lagos boy, who is there to come and help Tifnumbu print as much money as possible, and at the same time, to help Tifnumbu will Nigeria to himself and every other people that he would like to also kind of will Nigeria to, as long as time permits. Cardi B, that was supposed to create dollars for Nigeria, dollars that Boko Haram they've stolen. A lot of you don't know that Nigeria has no dollar anywhere. If you are, see, listen to this one. If you have dollars in your dormitory account in Nigeria, after they have already stolen the crude oil money, mismanaged it, after they have borrowed as much as they can access the valued naira, we don't know how much money they have printed right now, but we will know later. Don't worry, there's no rush. All of this behind the scene, they went and rushed straight to a place we don't even know them. Now their name we they hear. Afrexim Bank, Africa Export and Import Bank Limited. And they went there to go and beg for $3.3 billion cash. And those ones said, where is your collateral? They used Nigeria's future oil prospect as collateral. Don't worry. We will give you 164 million barrels of crude oil. 167 million barrels of crude oil. If we don't pay this money back. But see, listen, we don't have any plan of paying back. That is why if you value the crude oil, now 12 billion, nobody they do that kind of crazy deal. But we they do it from Nigeria. $12 billion worth of crude oil as collateral for $3.3 billion cash. Money they just want to steal. I mean, seriously, do you have an idea what they use the $3.3 billion for? Do you? But in 5 years' time, these unknown people from unknown where, they will begin to take Nigeria crude oil and no shishi will be paid to Nigeria. Think about that. There are so many fraud underneath that you continue to deny Nigeria inflow of forex. Boya key Sanusi Lamido Sanusi help me. I will show you Cardi B. A lot of you are asking, who is Cardi B? Who is Cardi B? Oh, Gbonpa Kadoso. Olayemi Kadoso. The man that replaced Emefiole. Cardi B lorúkọ ẹ̀.